going on, everybody? I wanted to do a video on all the recovery gear that I keep in the Bronco and a couple other vehicles, but mostly the Bronco. So last night, well yesterday, me and my buddy went onto a mountain here in Tennessee that we usually go on, and it's usually the top half of the mountain's pretty good as far as easy, and then the further you go down it gets aggressively worse very quickly. And so we had our four-wheelers out there and my four-wheel drive wasn't working, and then I ended up breaking a CVT belt, and that really put us in a really tight situation. It started raining, it's getting dark, it's about 5 o'clock, so pretty much on our own with just the Bronco. And I wanted to do a video on what I keep in here because this was a mildly aggressive recovery. This is probably not a beginner recovery, so let's get into it. First off, I keep a spare on the Bronco. It's the same size as the tires that are on it, so we don't have a problem. Don't have a problem if we blow out a tire. It's a mess right now because literally we got back at 1:32 in the morning. This was quite a long recovery, but once we got it out of the rock garden, it was pretty smooth sailing. I keep a ton of straps. This is just a hook style one, it's a 30-footer, and I'll show you a video of of the four-wheeler and us using the winch. Just to give everybody a little perspective on how far this is. Here's the winch, here's the cable. It's gonna keep going. Here's the cable, here's the first strap. There we go, that's 20 feet. There's another 20 feet. There's another 20 feet. Here's another 30 foot. This place is treacherous. There's the end of the 30 foot. And here starts another 30 footer. She out there. Look at it. Yeah. Here she is. Set of jumper cables just in case. You never know you need those. I keep a towel to wipe my hands off with, because this is going to get extremely dirty. So this is another 30-foot strap, but this is a 30,000-pound tractor style strap. If this doesn't get you out, then you're pretty stuck. And then we got a 10-foot chain with hooks on it. This one, yeah, it's muddy. 15 or 20-foot strap. These ones got the locking hooks. 3-foot tree saver for hooking up snatch blocks. Use the D-link shackles. I got 2 of these in the truck. These usually stay on the front bumper. Another 20-foot strap with the hook broke off, but it's still usable. Once again, another 20-foot strap with the hooks with the latches on it. Here's one of my ammo cans that I keep. It's got another 20-foot set of chains. This one I keep a snatch block in, a small chains, small strap for the tree savers, and another tree saver. The old Bronco here is kind of like a 2-stroke. It's got a lot of blow-by, burns a lot of oil, so always keep extra oil. Got a bottle jack that I have not used yet, which I'm glad. 4-ton bottle jack. This is a little bit easier than using the high lift jack to change tires or just to get something around an obstacle. This is just an air compressor that you hook up to the battery so you can fill up tires. This is the snatch block I use, 20,000 pound snatch block. That stays in the ammo can, but we had to use it last night. So after this video, I'm gonna put everything back in its normal place. Doesn't look like much, and you won't go very fast, but if this is what you gotta use, this is invaluable. I've probably got myself out of more situations with a strap, a D-link, and a come along than you're probably supposed to get yourself out of, but hey, if it works, it works. This is my high lift jack. Even though it's heavy, I think this one's worth its weight inside the vehicle. But if you don't have room for a high lift jack, a bottle jack is probably the second best thing. I keep a cheap socket set. I've had this for 8-10 years. Get off me. Get out of here. Power steering fluid. I've had a line break on the steering box, and that was not fun. We were in Georgia, up in the mountains. So this ammo can has, I'm not going to open this one, but it's got tire valves, straighter valves, WD-40. It's got air chucks, weld stick. If you have not used weld stick, I've never used weld stick until I had to, and that stuff is amazing, especially off-road. It's obviously not the correct fix, but if you get home, it doesn't matter. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and open it. Never mind. Also got 3 flashlights in here. Trust me on that. Here we are in the main box. This is pretty much what all of the stuff I've already pulled out besides the high lift jack lives in. Got a couple MREs because if things go south, I mean, hey, we gotta eat. I keep a roll of shop towels, bag of napkins, random loose rags, because off-roading gets dirty very quickly. A little bit of gaff tape, bunch of brake cleaner, a couple funnels, motorcycle straps for strapping just small stuff down that doesn't need to be extremely secure, but nonetheless secure. I have both my belts. Actually, this is an old one that was squeaking, and then I have a new V-belt. But I always keep all my old ones because if you ever need one just for even a few hundred miles or just a day, I'd rather have it and not need it than need and not have it. I keep a mini sledge because you got to have a hammer. More power steering fluid. So like I said, Bronco likes to drink a lot of oil. I keep a small axe for chopping down wood to put under a tire or make a little fire or whatever you need to do. More gaff tape. I keep a ball peen. I keep an extra old wiper. That might be considered hoarding, but I don't believe so. I think it's useful. I'm just going to be in denial on that one. A box of Ziploc baggies because if you break parts or you just need to store some stuff in the dry, phone, wallet, keys, whatever. Ziplocs always come in handy. So I have all my tools in these bags. This one has wrenches, extensions, all my ratchets. This one has screwdrivers, measuring tape, Allen keys, pretty much all the miscellaneous small stuff, a set of Cutlass gloves, you know, list goes on and on, a couple picks. This bag right here has pliers, crescent wrenches, razors, vice grips. I actually keep a pretty extensive toolkit in the Bronco. This bag right here is a little collection of random junk. I got wires, cotter pins, nuts and bolts, pretty much everything that I don't want to throw away. Again, I'm not a hoarder. A couple road flares for lighting or signaling, or, you know, that's cheap insurance, especially when you're out there alone. A bag of smaller zip ties. That's all that's in this tote. So all of the stuff I just showed you fits in this one tote when it's organized. I'm going to move on to everything else in my truck. This is somewhat seasonal, so it changes between winter and summer. I keep folding chair. Another bag of zip ties. That actually needs to go back in the box. This is my disgusting dirty towel. The beach towel with fruits on it, man. That's sweet. Oh, this jug's almost empty. That's more oil. Tin foil. I don't know why I have it. I'm going to show you guys what's in this box. This box is more of camping related. I got pots and pans. I'm not going to show you guys all this. I have pots and pans, binoculars, fuel, lighters, scrubby things, a little shovel, some multi-tools. The list goes on and on. Ooh, I actually got another funnel, more rope, and another towel. So I keep paper plates and bowls and every type of camping utensil in this truck, because the whole goal for this truck is to literally get in it and leave. So I don't have to worry about anything that I have or don't have in this truck, even though I always double check. But if the situation came down to it and I had to leave, I would just go and not worry about it. So you might be thinking, oh, what do you, you know, if you're going camping and stuff. So I have this stove. It's got a bunch of grease on it. I got this little one burner stove, and this thing is awesome. And then you might think, oh, well, that runs out of fuel. You can't run on that all the time. Sure. That's why I have my camping stove. Redundancy. I have my folding table, which this one's pretty awesome. It's small, compact. It's only like 4 feet long, but it folds down to like 2 feet. This truck's been a mess for a little bit, and this is something I keep in the back seat usually. Paper towels, toilet paper, because everybody's got to go. I keep a bunch of stuff in here. I got some athlete's foot stuff if we got wet boots, granola bars, bags of peanuts, chapstick, phone chargers, multiple phone chargers for iPhones and Androids, random batteries, lighters, got a headlamp, got Spam. Hey, that's good stuff right there. I keep my truck hitch at just a 2-inch, or, oh, there's where my 1 7/8 ball went. Anyway, usually I keep a 2-inch ball, but I got my boat trailer hitch on here. This has socks, beanies, a sleeping bag, a 3-man tent, 2 pillows. Believe it or not, I have a cot in here as well. So this is all my camping gear, but that stays in this duffel bag. And if I need to have more room in the truck, it's easy because it's all in one spot. And I just pick it up and take it out of the truck. I also have my fishing bag. I'm not going to really go through it because, I mean, whatever, it's fishing gear. Always keep a jug of antifreeze. I usually keep a case of water as well, but right now I just have my antifreeze in here because it's winter time. I also keep an inverter in my truck so I can run my small compressor. It's not the best thing. I have an idea to do an onboard air system for this truck later, because this setup right here just takes a lot of room. It's also great for bringing a grinder or power tools or a stereo. This inverter is probably 20 years old and it's still kicking. So that's pretty much everything I keep inside the truck as far as recovery gear and things that I just take with me everywhere I go. Let's walk around the truck and see what else I have for recovery on this truck and how it's set up. I have my winch controller right here. It usually sits in the glove box with my winching gloves. And then this front little cubby has flashlights, headlamps, just a couple wrenches, U-joints, tire deflators, flathead screwdrivers, hand warmers, a bag of cookies. That's usually what I run in my front seat. I don't usually need anything else. So walking around the outside of the truck, 82 Bronco. It's got a 9-inch 350 gears, 31-inch mud tires, Warren locking hubs, a Spartan lunchbox locker in the front. I have a 12,000-pound winch with a D-link right there, and a D-link usually sits right there as well. I got LED lights for off-roading, and then I usually have 2 fog lights right in this area, but I redid my front bumper, so I haven't put them on yet. It's got F250 coils in the front and 2-inch block in the rear with Bilstein 5100s all the way around, and this thing actually rides extremely well off-road. It's not very bouncy, even with all the stuff in the back, but I like the way it sits, and it handles very nice off-road. Doesn't feel tippy, and pretty much does everything we've needed it to do. All right, guys, well, thanks for watching. Here's the truck all packed up. Usually those are rolled up, but I'm gonna go wash those after this video and then tuck them in nicely. It looks pretty clean, organized. Thanks for watching, guys. Got any questions, just post them down below.